For the longest time, the Revenant was deemed to be the fastest ghost in Phasmophobia. Ever since the game released in 2020, there's a lot of new ghosts that have been added over time. But is there a possibility that one of these new ghosts is actually faster than a Revenant? In this video we're gonna answer this question once and for all. If you wanna stay up to date with everything Phasmophobia, make sure to hit that subscribe button or a ghost is gonna eat your next pizza. When Phasmophobia first released, it was actually very easy to outrun the ghosts. The ghosts were always slightly slower than you and you could just run away from them. This was changed though in May 2021 when they added ghost acceleration across the board. It basically said that all ghosts except the Revenant will increase speed when you are in line of sight of them. And they all increased speed to approximately 2.5 meters per second, which is still slower than the 3 meters per second of a Revenant. However, if you break line of sight, the ghosts will slow down again, but it will be at a slower rate than the acceleration. At some point the Jinn was also changed with its ghost speed and is now running at 2.5 meters per second if it's more than 4 meters away and in line of sight of you. So pretty much all the original ghosts are not able to outrun a Revenant. Let's have a look at all the new ghosts that have been added. The Hantu that was also added in May 2021 is also a candidate for high speeds. The Hantu sets its ghost speed depending on room temperature. And if it's in a freezing room, it runs around at a staggering 2.7 meters per second. Since the Hantu sets its speed by room temperature, it cannot go faster than a Revenant. What about the twins that were added in October 2021? Twins have different hunting speeds depending on which twin is actually hunting. The base twin is hunting at 90% of the speed of a normal ghost. If you get the Decoy twin to hunt, it hunts at 110% speed of a normal ghost. Both of the twins can speed up as well, but we've never seen them faster than 2.5 meters per second. Let's have a look at another really fast ghost, that is the Raiju. The Raiju was also added in October 2021. It's one of the most feared ghosts because it speeds up around electronics that are turned on. It's like an instant speed switch and it runs around at 2.5 meters per second. This ghost also seems to speed up in line of sight, but it doesn't go higher than 2.5 meters per second. So this ghost technically could also run around at 2.5 meters per second if it's not around electronics when it was long enough in line of sight of you. So none of these ghosts can go faster than a Revenant. But what about the 3 new ghosts that have been added? The Deogen is locked at 3 meters per second when it's going for its target. And it cannot go faster than that, so it's exactly the same speed as a Revenant. The Thaye at its youngest age has a max speed of 2.75 meters per second. This ghost is not able to speed up in line of sight, so it's slower than a Revenant. And this only leaves us with the Moroi. The Moroi's slowest speed is 1.5 meters per second. This is slightly slower than the normal ghost speed of 1.6 meters per second. You will get this speed if your average team sanity is at 50%. If your sanity drops to 0%, the Moroi speed will increase to 2.25 meters per second. And that is not all, it can actually also increase its speed when it's in line of sight of you. Before I tell you how fast this ghost can be, let us have a look at some footage of the speed of this ghost. To test this, we went to high school and had one player in line of sight waiting for the ghost. We tried to stay in line of sight of the ghost as long as possible to make it speed up. She's coming. Go, 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 go. Run. Holy shit. I think that's one of the fastest speeds you've ever seen. Ghost, guys. I'm literally running right now. Now she's like Revenant speed. It's a Moroi, yeah. Go upstairs. No, you missed it.
Go here.
You missed it.
There's a
yes.
Here. Come here.
No, go up. 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 No, we need you to go up, you bitch.
These garbage, come here.
Up. Oh. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. There is my girl. There she goes. Did you see that? As you can see, this ghost is literally zooming around the high school. Within a few seconds in line of sight, it can be as fast as a revenant. And not only that, it can actually also go faster. As you may know, it is very hard to determine the speed of a ghost by just looking at the footage. So I used two ways to determine the max speed of it. And I also wanted to see what method is more accurate by asking the devs what the max speed really is. The first method was by just looking at the footage and measuring the distance the ghost traveled. By taking the distance and the time the ghost took, I was able to compare it to my own walking speed. And with that method, I came up with a max speed of 3.7 meters per second. The second method I tried is by looking at the step frequency. As you may know, the footsteps that you hear are directly tied to the ghost speed now. So by looking at the change in frequency, I should be able to determine the max speed of this ghost. And the max speed I got from this comparison was 4 meters per second. Now to compare this, I asked the original creator of Phasmophobia, D-Niter, if these values are correct. And it actually confirmed that the visual comparison is more accurate than looking at the sound frequency. So according to DK, the exact max speed of the Moroi is 3.71 meters per second. And this makes the Moroi by far the fastest ghost in Phasmophobia. Let me know in the comments if this changed your perception of this ghost. Thank you guys for watching and we see us in the next one. Oh, all these patrons. Thank you so much guys for your support. Mwah. Big schmouts.